TheUbie, what's happening? Jampro, hello. All right, so we're gonna get going here very soon. I've been checking my stuff out, and I believe I'm good right now. I'm gonna turn this backing track down just a little bit. If you've got a guitar handy, just grab an acoustic or an electric, whatever you got laying around. And this is in the key of A. So if you know the old blues scale, well, let's correct it. If you know the pentatonic minor, knock yourself out with this. Have some fun. It's a beautiful track by Elevated Jam Tracks. The guy does some amazing work. Really great to listen to this stuff. We'll get going here shortly. I'm just checking all my digits, my thingamabobbers, and making sure that things are working. And tonight, I'll just show you real quick what I got going here. It's kind of a mess. It's a mess of things. But hopefully we'll be able to see this. Let me move my mobile cam here. So let me change this mobile cam real quick. We'll go back to this. Let me go to right, got a little glitch. We'll go to this. All right, so down here I have my MIDI controller, and I know it's a little dark. Let me turn some light on. That might help a tiny little bit. Got some channels here that I can switch and a wah pedal. I'll be using this tonight. This is my Tone Master Pro and my wah pedal. And then over here I have an ADY switch that I'll be using to switch from using this to using this. And we'll talk about this in just a bit. And a huge mistake I made. We'll get to that soon enough. Oh yeah. Excellent. You're here. Let me let people who know things and not people who... I don't know what you know, man. I know Jampro knows a thing or two. Why that's happening right now, but we'll see. This track keeps cutting out. Oh well. We'll shut that off soon enough. So this is in key of A, the A blues scale, right? And also, I may have a couple of students here tonight. And if you are here and you are a student of mine, I hope that you enjoy what you see, and I am proud of all of you. You guys make me so proud and make life worth living. Seeing young people playing guitar, playing music, enjoying music brings a joy to my life that I cannot explain or describe in words. No, maybe 10% of that, right? All right, seems like my guitar. working. Hoping the mix is okay. Okay, we're working here. We're working here. Steve, hello. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in tonight. I appreciate you being here, man. Some gear. We're going to talk about some new toys that I've gotten. We might have a little fun with this. Looks like we're I don't know, 3 or so minutes left of this beautiful backing track. Again, it's by Elevated Jam Tracks. Be sure to subscribe and for that channel. If you enjoy working on your solo techniques, your theory, learning scales, this is an amazing, Elevated Jam Tracks is an amazing site to enjoy. These guys are just amazing. Jampro, dude, it's great to see you. Hopefully, maybe we'll hear from you in a bit. Check my audio volume, looking really good. I can give it a little bit more, just a touch more. There we go. I want my voice to be super loud and proud. Yeah. There we go. Happy freaking, what day is it? It's Wednesday. I got off work early. Now, this little thing that I got going here. Did you see the size of that chicken? Wait.
Hey, Chavez. Did you see the size of that chicken?
Oh, we're having fun now. I love it. Let's turn that off. How's everybody doing? Awesome, awesome, excellent. All right, my guitar's sounding pretty good, I hope. Almost Thursday. Oh, cool. I'm only gonna guess, but you're on the East Coast of the United States, which would make it about 11:10. Or if you're in Australia, it's tomorrow. Am I right? Love is a good, that's a coach. Okay. All right, let's make this, let's make me bigger, right? We'll make me take up the whole screen. Okay, so welcome to the show. My name is Marshall, and I am in charge of the SetUpByMarshall YouTube channel, and I do live streams on guitar repairs. I play guitar live. I play in a band. I teach young people and old how to play guitar. I have a pretty deep education in music theory, and I've played in live bands. Played my first gig when I was 14 in a bar, and I've pretty much done that ever since. And let's see, what else do I do? I sell guitars. Michigan. Okay, so I was close. Yeah, well, welcome to Oregon. It's beautiful here right now. I just had to close my windows because the people that live here, they drive great big trucks, which means they have really small little, you know what I'm talking about. And they're really loud. I live up here on the 5th floor of the largest building within 10 square miles probably of here. And they just get really loud outside. So I had to close my windows, but I would love to have them open. Also, tonight I have a new instrument that we have. Let's see. I can't. Oh, there we go. Jampro. Emma is here. Oh, cool. Hello, Emma. I love your hair. Cleaning and stringing up a new friend. Oh, I'm going to watch my language on that one. I may have seen a photograph of that. You may have to, if we have time tonight, we'll get to you and have you come on board. Now, here's the other thing. With this stream tonight, I've got a lot of backing tracks set up. And if anyone would like to come on and play guitar with me, you are more than welcome to do that, and we can do that. Don't let the latency stuff fool you or kid you. And my microphone is in my camera view. There we go. That's better. I don't like that. I don't like having a microphone in my face. All right, so let's just start things off real quick. I'm terribly disorganized here, but let's talk about a couple pieces of gear that I have recently purchased. And we'll talk about some other stuff that I recently purchased. Made a big mistake, but we'll talk more about that because it wasn't technically a mistake, but technically it was a mistake. So we'll get past the technicalities. All right, so first things first. This little beautiful thing is a MIDI controller, wireless. It's called a Chocolate by Imwave. You have to download software to be able to use this on a Windows machine, and you have to run 2 or 3 programs in the background to make this work wirelessly, or you can plug it into your computer with a USB cable. It's rechargeable, and it has these annoying, super bright lights on it, which I will put a piece of tape over so I don't have to look at that. But this will Bluetooth connect to my computer, which I am not going to use this tonight. But these things are really affordable, and they do work. I have tested it here. Again, I'm not going to use it tonight because I'm going to be using this really beautiful Logic, Live Logic MIDI controller to change the channels in my computer software. The M-Waves are available, I think, at Amazon, places like that. So if you need a MIDI controller to be able to use your NeuralDSP plugins, so you can do stuff like that and maybe turn the delay off and on. You can do that, or you can put an overdrive or a fuzz, or change the amps. Okay, now, one thing I want to do, that's a high gain amp, so it's going to be noisy. That's just the way it is. You can't do anything about that, right? They're just noisy. You can put a noise gate on it, but then your tone, you lose your tone, right? Let me check my ducker here real quick. I got them. Okay, that sounds great. And then I'm going to switch over to my Tone Master Pro. Okay, so my ducker is not active. I want to duplicate this effect. Let me see. Copy selected effect, and let me see if I can paste effects. All right, there we go. So now I want to duck my mic when I'm playing. Give me just a moment to do this. We're going to do that. There we go. And I'm going to do this on the other one. I just don't like having my pick noise and stuff going into. There we go. That clicky click was bugging me a little bit. I can hear it really loud. But... All right. We got ducking. I like it. Cycles Revolution. Hello, Kevin McElhaney. Oh, dude. Hello. Everybody say hi to Kevin. That dude has recently blown my mind. Kevin, I hope it's okay that I say this, but Kevin is he was a student of mine at the music store when I lived in my other home, and he came over to my house once a week, and we did a half-hour guitar lesson, and usually it turned into an hour and a half. You know, I'd get him in trouble at home all the time because he'd stay and we'd play guitar together. But that man has been a fill-in bass player for my band, and still there on. I'm sorry. Let me see that. Still there on our end. Okay. Which fit switch are you using? Give me a moment. I'll talk to you about that in just a moment. I'm gonna make some notes. What foot switch? I am using a live. Okay, Kevin. Now, Kevin is a guitar player. He loves playing guitar, but he also is a bass player. He's a fantastic bass player, and so he sat in with my band a few times last summer and over the winter months when we had gigs and bass players couldn't make the shows, which we all know bass players are the busiest people on earth, so they're hard to come by. Zach, what's up? And Kevin, just last weekend, he and I both on the same night, the 14th of June, we were both playing a gig. He was in, where the hell were you, Texas? He was playing at some big, huge casino gig, this big, huge, beautiful stage with lights and this huge sound system. And he sent me a video of his performance. So Kevin is a live musician. He plays live. Yeah, it is. I promise it is. I'm not trying to duck my voice, but if I'm talking and I may have a mic going here. Maybe that ducker is not working. Hang on. Let me check here. Yeah, that one is not working. Let me change this real quick. Okay, and then I do my aux input, and I need to run that into there. And now it should. Sorry about that. It wasn't working. And then my other ducker should still be working. Okay, there we go. Ducking is working. Sometimes running the side chain in Reaper is a little bit iffy, questionable. All right. Okay, so anyway, everybody say congratulations to Hokatown, Oklahoma. Excellent. So I want to say congratulations to Kevin. He joined a really exciting country band. And he loves country, and he sent me a video of him performing a Waylon Jennings tune, and it was just magic to see my good friend. And he lives, he and his wife have a residence not far from me. I'm not going to name any names or anything, just for everybody's privacy. So thank you for that, Justin. I appreciate it. So Kevin, I'm very proud of you, man. Okay, so also let me add to that, since we're talking a little bit about live music, and then we'll talk into the foot switches that I'm using. And I really appreciate that that question. That's awesome. And there's Richard TheFalcRO. Be sure to check out his live streams, go over to his channel and subscribe. And also I want to say this, TheUbie has put out some magical software, a web-based software platform that you can it'll help you write chord progressions and such. And it can be as complicated or as simple as you want. So just know that all these people are here. Jamprosound also has a wonderful website. He is one of the most amazing audio engineers I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. And I talk about him quite often and his skills. And they are underutilized by many people. If you have trouble mixing or want knowledge about that, hit him up. It's Jamprosound. He's also on YouTube. Okay, foot switches. Let me get my my mobile camera, right? I got a selfie stick here. No, it's not really, but it's I'll show you this foot switches I'm using one more time. I think I can do this. Where is it? Mobile cam. Okay, so doggone it, I gotta fix that. Let me adjust this real quick. Give me a moment. Configure video. I know this is gonna get a little bit iffy here because I've got to, let's see, brightness. I'm gonna turn up the brightness a little bit. Forgive me for this, but I gotta do this. Contrast, saturation. Let's turn the gain up a little bit. Now it's going to get a little wonky here. I know I got to do this though. I don't have enough light here, but and I could adjust this differently. But here is my Blackstar Live Logic MIDI controller, And let's see. So what this does, so I'm able to switch amp heads, and I'll show you what it's doing. I can turn a wah pedal on and off. I can turn a fuzz pedal on and off. I can tap delay tempos in, right? And then I can turn delay on and off, right? Okay, so that's that pedal. And when I'm using that, I'm playing through NeuralDSP VSTs. And then also I have an expression pedal here that allows me to use a wah pedal. And I'll show you all about that. It's coming up soon. So Cycles Revolution. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. And then over here, I've got my Tone Master Pro. I kind of went over this recently, but this is my one of my new, let me turn my guitar volume down. Remember, when you're done playing, turn your guitar volume off. Nobody wants to listen to that. And this has multiple channels. I've got a clean, dirty. I've got an overdrive pedal on and off, on, off. I've got a sustainer pedal on and off. I've got an echo. I've got a flanger. Just like a good old-fashioned foot pedal board, right? Only it's this big, not that big. Chorus, which is a, what chorus? Well, it doesn't matter. And then I got a good old phase 90, and then I've got a boost function on that. And also a wah pedal, and you can see that when I step on this pedal, you can see the wah pedal come on and off, right? And push down forward on it, and the wah pedal's off. And lift back on it, now the wah pedal's working, and push forward on it, it's off. So it's auto wah. It's like a bad horsey. I do own one. But Mr. Rock, hello, man. Long time no see. And then over here, I have this ABY pedal. So right now, I think, yeah. I can't tell you what amp I'm playing through right now. Okay, so that's the Tone Master Pro. That's the NeuralDSP archetype Plini. So I'm switching that over here. So it's a lot of stuff, right? Okay, so I got a bunch of distortion and stuff on things. And all of that is running into my Scarlett 18920, which has remote controls and stuff right here. So that's basically what I'm doing. Is that clear on the old foot pedal front? It's a lot of stuff, I guess. But it works, and I'm really, it works very well. So we'll go back to this. We can get off, turn that, put that away. And my desk is really not this clean. Okay, so I went over the M-Wave. If you want a MIDI controller, these things are really cheap. They're like 45 bucks. And I did have some trouble with it because it took me a while to figure out how to download the software for it. I know it's just software, right? But they didn't make it real simple. On this thing, so just be aware of that. And then another thing that I recently got, which I may use, Cycles, nice, sorry, but what is the expression to the right of the Blackstar? That one is it's a very affordable. It's a Source Audio expression pedal. It works fantastically. I did have to return one of them because yeah, it's a Source Audio. I think it's one of the more affordable ones that you can buy, and I use affordable loosely. I don't like saying cheap, but they are pretty cheap ultimately. And I'm hearing a little bit of. I'm going to change some. That should be a little better. I should lose that. I had to up my buffer a little bit. The Source Audio has been a really reliable pedal, although the first one I bought, I did have to return it. The pot in there, it just broke. But I've had this one for going on a year now, and I don't use it live. I use it right here where you see it. So I'm not roughhousing with it. The other one that I have on the Tone Master Pro obviously is a Fender, and I paid a little bit more for that for a reason. And it appears that I'm having a little bit of maybe some internet Buffering, let me turn off the Wi-Fi. Let me make sure that that's not running. Okay, I'm hearing a little bit of glitch. Now I got just a couple things I need to close real quick. Make sure nothing's on. I want to shut that down. And let's close that window. There we go. Okay, so hopefully that answers all the questions. Cycles, yeah, and quite a bit of money sitting here, to be honest. The Live Logic controllers, I don't know, 200, 250 bucks, something like that. You can look them up, but they work really, really well. Mr. Rock, dude, Mr. Rock, thank you. Oh, you guys, I got another guitar that I'm gonna break out tonight. I wish I could say I own it. I don't yet, but I'm gonna play it tonight, and I can't wait. It's a beauty. A bit more, okay. Yeah, you know, it can get expensive buying gear. So here's the other thing. I bought a NUX wireless rig for playing live. This thing has a built-in battery charger box in it. So this little section right here is a battery charger. I think I've showed these before. And I got a receiver and a transmitter. And I used it at my last 2 gigs, and this thing worked flawlessly. So these have a high vote of confidence for me to use playing live. They're built pretty solid. I did own some cheaper, I'm going to say cheaper now. I did own some cheaper ones and didn't really, I did a gig and they failed. And if something fails on me at a gig, like a wireless unit, out the window. I will not tolerate that. I ended up having to be strapped to a cable. Oh, I hate that. I don't hate anything, but I did not enjoy that very much. It was not fun to be strapped to a cable. Right? Okay, so what I'm playing tonight is my Fender Stratocaster. It's a 1978 Fender Strat, and I was shocked recently when I looked at the prices of these things. Holy smokes. Now, this one I couldn't possibly sell for that much money, nor would I think anybody would buy it. But I really appreciate you saying that, Mr. Rock. It is pretty neat. And this was gifted to me by a very good friend of mine named Stephen Kyrus, who did all of the fabulous artwork on it. And the reason he did this fabulous artwork on this guitar is because I believe his house got robbed and they stole everything, but they didn't take this guitar. And it was probably because it was some guitar snob in 1987 who goes, oh, it's a Fender Strat. No way, those things are junk. Well, he did all this to it, and I think his statement was, I'd love to see somebody try and steal that and get away with it. I mean, where could you go with this guitar and not have somebody in the world know whose it is? That would be tough. It's got some really cool stuff in it. It's got a coin embedded in the body right here. I have no idea why this was carved into it. I did nothing. I've done absolutely nothing to it. The finish on it, I've kind of worn through the finish. It's got a Grateful Dead sticker there. It's got a 1900 Indian head penny on the tone pot here, which makes my coil tap button very easy to pull. And then it's got a Silver Series $1 bill over up here on the headstock. All of the parts, the heads, the machine heads are original. The neck is original. It's been refretted twice because I've worn the hell out of this thing, and I have modified the pickups beyond belief. And then I put a Callahan whammy bar on this thing, which I love. If you play a Strat and want it to stay in tune, this is a wonderful bridge. And also make sure that your nut work is good, right? Okay, so there's the technical guitar stuff. Okay, so I'm getting some buffer underrun here, and I think it's just because I got so much stuff open. Let me make sure what I got. All right, that's good. All right, so we're going to try and do this. This didn't start happening till recently. Windows updates, you know, they kind of mess stuff up. So what I'm going to do, we're going to start talking about the pentatonic minor scale. Everybody knows it. It's been used in every, well, not every guitar solo. Some guitar players need a little bit I don't know, maybe they'd just be too snobby to use it. I love the pentatonic minor scale. So what I'm going to do is do a little kind of a demonstration. And what I'm going to do my best to do is to play over this track simply just using the pentatonic minor. Now, if you're my student, grab an acoustic guitar, or you can watch what I'm doing and take notes. I'm going to go ahead and put my my guitar strap on just so this thing stays put. And I am going to use this Strat. I'll get the other guitar out here soon enough. So I've got a real simple, clean guitar tone with a little bit of reverb on it to add some color. And I like it. And then I'll use some effects while I'm playing. I'm going to use my pedals down here, and you won't be able to see that while I'm doing that. But I just want you to listen and listen to the pentatonic minor. I'm going to do that. I've got this loop that's about, how long is it? It's about a minute long. And I'll play through it a couple times, specifically sticking to the pentatonic minor. And this is in A, because everybody knows pentatonic minor. Camellia, hello, welcome. Give that hug a big old smooch for me, would you? So let's give this a try. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play through this a couple times. I'm going to try and keep track of where it is in the loop, and then I'm going to switch to using more modal notes. I'm going to add notes to the pentatonic minor, and one in particular that I'm going to use is the blue note, which is a 5 note, and I'm going to really nail on that one. So let's just try this real quick. I've got a loop going here. We'll see how it sounds. Pentatonic, 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I'll start adding some extra notes. So I've added the blue note. All right, so now we'll switch to a minor scale over this. This key of this song is in A minor technically, so we'll add a little overdrive to it, right? a little fuzz. So now we've got this beautiful minor scale. We'll go back to the pentatonic minor just to kind of see the starkness and the contrast. Right, so now we'll add the blue note. I'm adding the Aeolian mode, or the minor, the natural minor scale, but now what I'm looking at it like is the G Mixolydian mode, because this is an A minor. The same notes are in the G Mixolydian mode, so we can play the A minor scale. This is the A minor scale. Everybody knows that one, most. And then we've got the G Mixolydian scale, which is the same notes. Now I'm combining the Aeolian and the blues scale and the pentatonic minor. So we've got all these modes kind of blending together up here in my mind, right? So kind of what I'm doing there is blending a bunch of different modes, all equaling the same end-all goal. Let me see. Zach said, honestly, I really don't know the keys. Okay, that's fine. It is mostly done by playing by ear. Yeah, well, there's not much better way to play, in my humble opinion. I do a lot of intuitive stuff. I just, when I was young, at the age of where I'm hoping that I'm just going to call you Mrs. T. I'm hoping that she's watching, and Mr. A, and maybe Mr. C, who is one of the greatest attorneys in the world and one of the kindest gentlemen you'll ever meet. And he's the healthiest man you'll ever meet, number one, and he's handsome too. But I'm hoping you guys are maybe seeing me use some of this stuff that we've worked on so hard in our lessons, all of these scales and the working on playing, learning the patterns and what to call them. And all of the improv that we've done. I've got some young people, 12, both, a couple of them 12 years old. And Charlie, I'm not going to mention how old he is. He's just a badass. But got my mojo working. Hugh, what's happening, brother? Oh, long time no see. God bless you, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm using these modes and these scales, all that work that we put in to do, you know. Let me turn off all my effects here and let me turn the overdrive. Sounds like a damn scale. It's really boring. But if I use this pattern, and we'll just take this scale, this backing track, for instance, the Ionian mode. Sparky 971, what's happening? The Ionian mode, the major scale in C, right? We know it. I know that Mrs. T and Mr. A, and I'm not saying your names just for your own privacy, but we've got this C major scale. Right? Sounds great. All right, that's cool, but check out what it sounds like now. That's the C major scale. A lot of going on right here too. So, you know, I like to lead by example and show my students kind of the way my brain works. Now, obviously, I spent years studying these things and playing these scales and lesson after lesson after lesson, hours and hours. And I'd get home from school and I'd play my guitar, and done with baseball practice, is playing my guitar, done with soccer practice, I'd get home, play my guitar. Whew, it's a lot of work. But I think in the end, as many of us know, and you guys, there are a lot of really great guitar players in this in the chat tonight. We're in the company of some really amazing musicians here. Hugh Caldwell, holy smokes, Mr. Rock. Go check these guys out. They have tons of videos on their channels of them playing guitar, and it's just fantastic. And you know, Camelia, she's doing her a lot of her finger picking on a nylon string guitar, writes her own songs and plays them, and they're using chords that we know. So again, you can kind of see how we can take this really beautiful chord progression in this mode, this simple Ionian mode, and take it for a ride. Rhythmically, this is where a lot of magic happens. I've said this many times, but a guitar pick is most guitar players' worst enemy, because all they can do is, and they know one scale, the pentatonic minor, which is why I don't teach it. I don't want to teach the pentatonic. In fact, I don't. I teach the blues scale. So instead of learning this, my students will learn, because they get that beautiful opportunity to play that beautiful note. And over a progression like this, it's just A minor. I mean, it's magic. I was never taught the pentatonic minor. I just kind of worked my way into it, where you skip over the blue note rather than not know it's there, or kind of happen upon it once in a while. So anyway, there's a little bit of a guitar info about, I think, how to expand your playing a little bit by adding or maybe learning a couple of new patterns for playing a guitar solo. You don't necessarily have to know the name of it, and you certainly don't have to know music theory or intervals or any of that stuff. All of that stuff at a very young age I was taught, and I learned it, and I was in an improvisation class literally at high school. Our high school had a private guitar instructor, Mr. Matt Schiff, and he's one of the best jazz players in the world. I humbly speaking, I think he's one of the greatest. And I got to sit there and watch him improvise, and he encouraged me to do it. And the first solo I ever played was probably, went something like, let me see. And I don't even think I had vibrato, right? Which is another thing that I'm really working with my young students on. So working on your vibrato is a really, it's a touch thing, being able to bend a note like that. But Mr. Rock said something very important earlier, and that's bending, which a couple of my students have been working very hard on bending in pitch. Now, most of the time, bending a guitar note, you don't bend in pitch, right? But if you don't bend in pitch, and in particular, if you bend a note sharp, oh, it can be nasty. For instance, let's listen to this thing again. And there's a classic bend. Oh, you go sharp and it gets ugly. Right? Or right, or bend 3 frets. I just went Phrygian on y'all, but that's neither here nor there. Bending in pitch is a dying art, right? And you know, I always like to impress upon people that when you're bending, when you see people bending notes, a lot of times they're implying a bend. They're not really bending to pitch. I do it all the time. Do love the dissonant tone. Yeah, the blue note. Steve, dude. It's an amazing thing to do, especially over a progression like this, where you can get very melodic with your solo, you know, hanging kind of in that Aeolian mode. And then, man, you drop that blue note in. And what I always say is that, you know, obviously Rick Beato has said this, but my guitar instructor said it long before. I think Rick was probably born, but nonetheless, grabs people by the throat. If you're at a gig and you're just, you know, playing a pentatonic minor, let me am I on so you're just, you know, soloing over this with the classic minor scale or the blues scale. Right? When you do this. You almost can't help to go, what the hell did just happen there? That was like, now I've been beating this A minor riff over and over and over again. So this A minor, playing practice guitar every day, man, that's the way you learn. And it takes doing it every day, really, to I mean, I can't say that I've played every single day of my life, but I have definitely spent many of them. 10,000 hours. I got to laugh at that. I mean, not laugh, but I mean, it's 10, 30, 40, maybe 50. Yeah, I do the math on that one. So I've been kind of wanking over this backing track here, and I think that it's time that I do something a little bit more, maybe a little bit different style. But I thought I'd just share that with you, kind of how I go about getting a little bit of glitch going on. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. My stuff works so good until I go live. It's interesting. And I don't apologize. I'm not sure why it happens. Preston, hello. Any advice to start improvising? Learned scales, just not sure how to phrase or improvise them. That is a really, really amazing question. And I thank you for coming. Preston, I don't know if I've ever met you, but thank you for joining me. One thing that I think when you're improvising is to, number one, stick to stuff simple. You don't want to be playing an improv over, unless that's what you're talking about. It's something that changes keys all over the place. That's a little bit of a long stretch. But something you can do is triplets. Da, 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 da. Let me see this one. Let me check this next track, see what this thing sounds like real quick, and I'll try and show you. A little bit more up tempo. I don't know what key this one's in. So it's in D minor. Okay. So let me turn the volume of that down just a little bit. That's a little bit loud. Okay, so over that progression. Okay, so scales. Let's just say that you've learned the pentatonic minor. And I'll play it in the E position with my root note on the E string. Right? Triplets. So 1, 2, 3, back to the next note. So 1, 2, 3. So just to, and you know, for the sake of argument, I'm going to go back to this other progression just because it's a little bit slower, and I'm going to play through it. I'll show you this. And then you can also try to do rhythmic change-ups with your right hand. The picking hand is oftentimes the reason why improv is difficult, because the right hand isn't hitting notes with the left. You've got to get these things to sync up. Now, I'm not the world's fastest guitar player, but find a phrase. You said skeletons sure how to phrase or improvise them. Well, let's find a phrase. So here we are in A minor again, the A blues scale, and I'll do the triplet. 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2. Right? It's fairly interesting. And you can practice these triplets while you're sitting around doing nothing. Right? Or find a phrase. Keep it simple to get things moving for you. This is a very basic diatonic mode. This is in the key of C major, A minor. So very common modes. Eddie Van Halen made a living playing in the key of A. You know what I mean? Right? Right? But keep things very simple. Also, something you can do to challenge yourself rhythmically is over a progression like this, keep the tempo slow. Play slow before you play it fast. And I've said this a million times to every student that I have. Slow and clean before fast and sloppy. Slow stuff down. Another thing that you can do to help yourself is to play on an acoustic guitar. Practice on an acoustic guitar if you're primarily playing an electric, because at that point you got nothing to hide behind. And you hear all of those things and you want to correct those because your ear doesn't like it. You know, if you're practicing the minor scale, right? Very simple, but you keep doing. Oh crap, okay. Oh crap, okay. Fix it. Fix it, and then repeat it. And play any of the scale patterns that you know thousands of times. Always tasteful. Hugh, that means a lot. Yeah, I don't think I'm able to really I play too long sometimes. I don't let a song, I don't let a song breathe, or a rhythm track breathe enough. I'm sitting here trying to play every lick that I know, and I forget to stop. Let the thing just, let people get back into let a listener. And so here's something else you could do, a very simple thing. Now, let me show you an exercise. I learned this from Paul Gilbert. Many of you have probably seen this. I'm going to turn the volume on my guitar, but Dom, Joe, hello. Welcome to the channel, dude. I don't know if I've ever met you. Thank you for stopping in. Great advice. Okay, here's a little trick you can do to help your picking hand, and I teach every student that I have, and I hope that they practice this. This is something, I gotta be honest, I still play live and I play professional, and I get paid very well to play guitar. I don't always play perfectly, and don't expect that from yourself. Nobody's perfect. John Petrucci does make a mistake once in a while. You won't hear it, but he does. So here's a little exercise to help get your picking hand, and that's doing a shuffle feel. Now, a good old shuffle feel, right? Classic old blues riff from the 50s. Now, I got a little bit of reverb, which I should probably turn off, but here's an exercise you can do. You don't even have to use your left hand. Shuffle feel. Mute the string with your pad of your hand, right? And just pick up strokes, all upstroke. I know, really? I'm laughing, right? That little exercise right there will almost immediately help your right hand know where the strings are. So when you're playing, you don't miss. I'm just pulling notes out of the air to make sure that my right hand's hitting the right string. So that's one way to improve your accuracy. But another thing you can do is do rhythmic things with one note, right? Try to build some rhythmic feel with just one note and over this progression. Right? It's an A minor, so I'm going to pick an A note right here. Now, I am going to tune my guitar real quick because it sounds like I'm a little bit out. I was getting a little wonky here earlier. I'm using my Tone Master Pro to tune up. Give me a moment here. This guitar really does hold tune, but the temperature is also changing here pretty dramatically. Yeah, I was definitely out. I think you guys could hear that when I was hitting that note. It's not pleasant. I have really, I don't have perfect pitch, but I have really great relative pitch. And hearing a note, there ain't much worse than a guitar that's out of tune, right? I don't know if if you guys agree with me on that, but so I've kind of gotten off on this tangent. I hope that I'm not over teaching. I don't really want to do that, but the great questions, and I want to help anybody I can to become the guitar player that they would like to be. I mean, it's wonderful to see so many folks here tonight that are interested in playing and asking very smart questions. Not that there's a dumb one, but All right, so doing rhythmic things. Now, another thing that you can practice for your improv now is to work on your picking technique, all downstrokes, all upstrokes, and then alternate picking. Just keep it simple. So play the blues scale or the pentatonic minor, all downstrokes, and then do it all upstrokes, which is a little bit more difficult than Okay, so there's another thing that you can do to help improve your improv by improving your technique with your pick accuracy, right? And being able to switch and then alternate picking down, up, 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 down, right? It's a great way to improve your picking accuracy. But for phrasing, you asked about phrasing earlier, and I'm kind of going on this. Oh, I hit holy crap, dude. Wow. Jex, welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining me tonight. And Dawn, first timer, man, again, welcome, dude. I'm glad you're here. And Andrew Flint's, welcome, man. I welcome you to the channel. Now, something I would like to do, I'm going to pose this question, and I'd like to know if you are set up to play. And Josiah Santiago, welcome, and thank you for that. Congratulations. That means a lot. That's a pretty cool accomplishment for me. And in celebrating that, I probably should say that I know that in some circumstances I've been a little, I don't know, I haven't behaved properly with respect to social media or YouTube because I've taken stuff personally. And guess what book I just read again? Thank you, Sparky. The Four Agreements. And one of the rules of the Four Agreements is to not take anything personally. And that's a very difficult rule to follow, not a rule, but a guideline to follow. So I don't know if I had the right personality to be a good YouTube creator. So I'm having a lot of fun with it now and trying to let stuff... Jampro, dude, that's really cool. That just made me feel really good. I'm gonna have a little sip. I don't drink much, but I am having a little Fuzztail Hef. I enjoy Hefeweizen on these nice summer nights, and my can's about, I don't know, 3/4 gone. I don't drink much, but cheers. And thank you guys for your subscriptions and your participation in this channel. And I think that a lot of folks have made it here due to some new recent friends that I've made. And I don't know, but I want to thank some people. Definitely Sparky. I know that he's spoken about me a little bit. And TheUbie, been on his channel. TheFalcRo, and the Seeking Tone Seeker. Yeah, thank you. I better take a sip. I just said cheers and I failed to finish my cheers. Cheers, y'all. All right, so let's see. Okay, so my question I want to pose to everybody. The night is still young here. It's only 9 o'clock in the evening, and I don't have to go to bed early because I don't have to be at work till 11 in the morning. Believe it or not, I have better than banker's hours. I do have guitar students tomorrow afternoon, so that's going to be fun. But my question is, if you are prepared to play and maybe join me on this stream to contribute, just type it in the comments, and I can send you searching for tone and UB. Oh, searching for tone. Okay. Oh, searching for tone, Steve. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 2 really cool guys searching for tone. Cool. So if you're set up and can get your audio, your guitar sound, and your voice onto a live stream, just say the word if you'd like to come on and maybe play a little guitar with me. And I'm going to go ahead and try and watch the comments here after asking that question. And I'm going to go on to this next track and play a little bit to celebrate 2,000 subs. You guys, that is so awesome. What a cool accomplishment. really happy about that. That's cool. And also, I know that I think that I'm running ads on this tonight, but it's the way that I can make sure that when people got to go to sleep, I know you're 2 hours ahead. You work probably early and butt crack of dawn. I know, man. I love you too, Kevin. Congratulations on your gig, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, let me know if you can play, if you'd like to come on and join me, if you want to contribute to the conversation. We can talk about tech stuff and theory and guitar playing, and maybe answer some questions that you may have, or maybe I can ask you some and learn something. I certainly do not know it all at all by any stretch. Let's try this next riff here. We'll see what we can come up with. Let me see what. We got some high gain. Here we go. We're gonna get noisy here. we'll turn that off. My goodness, all that crunchy crunch. Holy smokes. Got a lot of noise going on here. I'm not quite sure where that's from. What's going on? Huh, technical. Is that this? Yeah. Oh, I see what I got. Oh, I hit the... Okay. Sorry about all that noise that was happening there. Wow, thank you, Josiah. Fantastic tone. And okay, so a little bit of I can't do this live. The last bit of playing I was doing there, I was playing through my live sound, what you'd hear if you came to one of our gigs. My band's called Some People. We're booked a lot in July and August. It's going to be a lot of fun. I use a Tone Master Pro Live. I don't use a guitar amp anymore. I haven't. I can get to the gig with 2 backpacks and 2 guitars, 1 trip down the stairs. So that part of it's really cool. But I'm also able, forgive me for that noise. I heard that and I was like, what is going on? I appreciate you saying that. I don't use in any of the software or modeling things that I use 0 presets. I build all of my own amp sounds and such. So, for instance, this tone, that's my clean guitar tone at a gig. So if I'm you know, or right? That's my clean tone, and this is my dirty tone. And it is in full-on stereo. I do send it to front of house, left and right. We usually run our own sound, and I know it doesn't matter if you're in stereo at a live show, but I enjoy it. And I think the people sitting right in the middle are like, what the hell's going on here? So I've got that, and then I've got an overdrive. You know, it's just a little touch. It's the King of Tone model. And then I've got my echo or my delay with a tap function. Right? And then I've got a flanger. And then a big, beautiful chorus. And then a phaser. And real subtle. And then I've got a nice little boost. So that's my live rig, and then I'm able to switch over to my computer and play through NeuralDSP stuff. I think, yeah. And this is the Archetype Pliny X, which has a doubler live shows. Yeah, sing pum pum. Yeah, I you know, just the delay is just magical. It's really cool. So I loved being able to do that. I'm so spoiled being here at home playing, and I play a lot here in my studio. So, you know, I love to hear stuff like this. Now, I don't have a stereo mix in my monitor at a show, but yeah, when you hit them with this, it's like, whoa, what just happened? It's pretty neat. And so with this one, you know, on this particular patch, I've got a tap tempo so I can speed up the delay or slow it down, right? And then I've got an octave pedal. Don't ask me why I chose that. It just felt like being weird. And then I've got a wah, which I'm using Archetype Petrucci for the... And it sounds really good. Right, and then I've got an overdrive. So we'll turn the wah pedal off. I've got a fuzz I'm using tonight. Right? So not a whole lot of stuff going on over here. Yeah, it's pretty easy. I've got a 6 6-button foot switch that I can use to turn that. So that's what I'm doing there. So I know that I did not get an answer, but if any of you guys would like to come on and participate or contribute to the conversation or answer some questions or pose some, show your beautiful face or play your beautiful guitar, that would be great. Now, before, just let me know. I can give you the link to come on here. I can certainly have guests. Oh, shoot. And I just realized something, that it is chow time for my cat. Yes, he's still on a diet. Hang on. Let me take these off. I actually don't need to wear these right now. I'm going to make sure, get my headphones out of here. He is starving right now. I assure you of that. Okay. Give me just a second. Fred is on a diet. My cat's name is Fred, and he is certainly adorable, and he's a good boy. And he's very hungry right now because it's after 9. I usually feed him at 8. So NeuralDSP, I can turn it on right now. Yeah, I own a bunch of them. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to go give him a scoop of food, and I'll be right back. And while I do this, let's do this. We'll give you something kind of cool to look at. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, guys, get ready. This is going to get exciting. Here we go. Woohoo. Oh, why don't we play some music too? Let's do this. I'll play a backing track for y'all. So if you have a guitar handy, grab it and play along. I don't know what key is this one in. I don't know what key this one's in. I thought that I titled it, but you'll have to figure out what key it's in. Give me a second. I'll just be right back. Looks like you're starving. Looks like you're gonna starve. Pass out. Thanks. Okay, guys, calm down. Okay, I know. There we go. Okay, I had to do it, you guys. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Supermodels. Right on. And I don't know if we got Feed Fred. Yeah. Yeah, my cat's still on a diet. He got a little heavy. And I know this isn't as good as the supermodels, but that's just do that to gain subs, I guess. Yeah, he got a little heavy, and so his diet, I have to feed him twice a day. Not have to. What guitars do you look up to? Oh, Josiah, and forgive me, I missed that question. I'm going to answer that for you. Sorry. He was up at about 12.5 pounds. And for him, he's a small cat. I know 12 pounds for a cat, you'd think, well, whatever, but he's a little guy. I'm pretty sure he's a runt. So the doc said, give him a 1/4 cup in the morning and a 1/4 cup in the evening. Pick your time. And believe me, he lets it know it's 8 o'clock. I ain't kidding. Yeah, well, I want to be all inclusive. So, although I take very good care of myself. I watch my diet, I eat right, and also I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I eat right, I exercise, and I think that if it's just an opinion, but I think that if more of our world ate like a diabetic, we would see the obesity epidemic almost vanish. Don't overeat, don't eat sugar, don't eat high carb, eat low fat, low salt, no sugar. you'd be shocked at how hot our society would become if we would quit eating all the crap that we're given. Anyway, I'm going to leave that to itself. What guitarist do I look up to? Who really inspired you to pick up the instrument and take it seriously? And dude, I can answer that with one question, or one word: Satch. Joe Satriani. I know I don't hardly look it, but I was in high school when he hit the scene in 1984. And when I heard him, and at that point in my life, I certainly had listened to Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads, and all the other greats, the dudes from the Scorpions, and certainly Angus Young. But also, let me also add to this story that I was brought up in a very religious home. I am no longer religious. I don't go to church, and I don't believe in the Bible, and that's fine if you do. I don't care. We have freedom of religion in the United States, and that's the beautiful thing about our country, is that you can believe in whatever the fuck you want, and it's nobody's fucking business, right? And now I'm swearing. But I was brought up in that environment, and so I wasn't able to listen to Led Zeppelin and AC/DC and the Scorpions and Judas Priest and Van Halen and Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne and all those great, the pioneers of heavy metal. I wasn't allowed to listen to that in my home. Satch Boogie, yeah. Oh, cool. Don, you're a drummer, or maybe. But so Joe Satriani, when I heard that, what it enabled me to do was listen to a secular artist, which I was like, yes. And there were no lyrics in it, so my mom couldn't tell me I couldn't listen to it, nor my dad. So back in the day, it was Moses. Yeah. I was going to say, me and Les Paul used to hang out at the bar, but it didn't. So Joe Satriani, he was the reason that I really dove into it as heavily as I did, because I heard him, and at the school that I went to, I knew that they offered a guitar instruction at the school. And back in the day, in the 80s, we were so lucky to have really killer schools, and there was money and the arts like music and dance were supported in our school communities, and by the money that the schools had because of the tax base. And at that point in time, it was before the deregulation, and corporations were paying, 50 to 70% taxes, and people were paying about the same as they are now. Nothing changed. Then they deregulated the corporations, and they quit taxing them properly. And so schools, programs like that, yanked. You got to buy your fucking football uniform now to play fucking football at a high school. Are you kidding me? That's disgusting. I mean, that's a sport. So nonetheless, there goes my soapbox. So we were really lucky to have a guitar teacher at my high school. And that's where I learned this stuff. But I heard Joe Satriani, and it was like, I was done. I heard that, and we just done. I'm bumping my microphone. There it is. Sorry about that. So this, I didn't know Moses was a shredder. Oh, and also Fred, if you hear him sneezing, he's got he has a chronic upper respiratory infection. So I give him, I think they're called Viralays, additional part of his diet that helps him build his immune system. It keeps his immune system stronger, because we did antibiotics and steroids and stuff like that, and it just didn't work. It would help him for a month or so, and then he'd get sick again. This new stuff that we've gotten him, that I got him, I'm a single person. Been single for a long time, but available, I tell you what, and I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? I don't care what you do behind closed doors. They really give a shit. Anyhow, we just started doing that, and it's really helped him. So He's a finger picker. Oh, okay. So I've been talking all night about this new guitar. I've failed to bust it out. And I know there's a few people that were here earlier that are probably pissed because I didn't bust it out. And I don't think I heard anybody or heard from anyone that said, yeah, I'd love to come on and join you or play guitar with you. Let's see. Nice kidder. Yeah, he's a good. Okay. Hugh, man, I sure appreciate it. Okay. So I've got a new guitar that none of you have ever seen before in my hands. And I think a few of you have probably never seen a guitar in my hands before. Seinfeld. Yes, indeed. All right. Indeed. One of the greatest comedians in history. I love that guy. Let me grab it. Get ready. This is really cool. Oh, come on. I couldn't have tangled that up. Here we go. Oh my God, this thing is a tank. God, this guitar is heavy. Oh, crap. This thing is a freaking tank. Look at that. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. There it is. This thing is really, we acquired it today at the shop, and the guy that was getting rid of it was really in a bad place, and he had to sell this guitar. And he can still come back and buy it back from us if he so chooses. But this thing will probably not last long, and I got my eye on it. But this thing is, holy smokes, it's sweet. I did play with it a little bit today. One thing I don't like about these Gibsons is that they have this plastic, Preston, thank you, man. This plastic, this is a terrible design on the Les Paul Studios. These break. I've fixed more of these at my shop than, and these. But we won't go there tonight. That's not worth our attention. Gibson could change that, but they don't. And you know, the guitar was brought in. You can see that it's pretty dirty. Let me see if I can get the light to kind of show. Yeah, you can see all the guck on it. This isn't wear. This is just stuff. The guy didn't clean it off, and the fingerboard's a mess. But dude, this thing. Holy crap, this thing. Alan, hey, everybody say hi to my buddy Alan. He's right down the street. In fact, I could probably yell out the window and he'd hear me. But this thing is, it's, this thing sounds like a dream. Sounds like a Les Paul. I mean, it just, man, it's just killer. It does the whole classic rock thing very well. Let's see, what's a... Man, oh yeah. Oh, Steve, I don't know if who knows, but I'm a professional guitar technician. I repair them, rebuild them, and fix them. And let me tell you, I spent half of my time at work cleaning these fucking things for you guys. So, Robbie, hello, man. Good evening. Welcome, dude. It's good to see you. I'm sure there's some beavers on the. See, we love beaver. Oh, you want some beaver? Wait, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm joking. Oh, it's great to see you. Check this baby out. Yeah, and it's real. Says Gibson on the headset. It's a Les Paul Studio. But, you know, the thing I just asked this in 1992. I haven't run the serial number yet, but The owner thinks it's a 92, and I wish the guy had cleaned it a little bit more, but boy, it's that's just through the microphone. Man, this thing is just gorgeous. And I tuned it up this afternoon, and I put it in my closet because the thing, the case and this guitar, they had a little odor to it. So I used my ozone generator that I have and hit it with some ozone, and then I could smell it when I was playing it. You know, it's not a smoker's guitar. Bridge pins. Oh, you're stringing. Oh, Takamine. Oh, cool. Oh, dude. All right, congratulations, Charlie. Just everybody, congratulate Charlie on it. New seems to be an internet problem, I think. I don't know what's going on. Congratulations on the Takamine, Charlie. I better not. I'm going to get a, let's see. Hey, man, polished, but there are some rust spots. Yeah, on a few frets. On the bottom edge of this wires, huh? Rust removal on frets. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever witnessed a fret rust. Although there's chemicals that may have gotten on it that caused it, or somebody's sweat was really volatile. The Dremel was listening to the battle. Holy shit. You know, the other idea I would recommend is get some, what you can do is if you have Post-it notes, take a Post-it note and stick one side of it down right next to the fret edge. And like on this side, say we're doing this fret right here, stick one of it right there, and then take the other half of it, stick it on the other side, or you can use some tape, whatever the fuck you want to do, and then use some sandpaper. And I'd use some really light grit, like 600 grit or something, to get it off there. You may end up having to polish that fret a bit more now that you've roughed it up from the sandpaper. And you could even go so far as to using 1980 Gibson Sonics. Oh, wow. Okay, there you go. Steve, dude, that's a nice guitar. Wow. 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 Okay. It's a 1980, dude. Okay. You and I have guitars of very close eras. I have a Gibson SG that's not that close. It's an 86. But my Strat's a 78. This one's a 1992. That would be my recommendation, Jampro. Just sandpaper. You know, and the other thing, in worst case scenario, and I have had to do this before on a fret that gets a ding in it, like I've seen guitars where guys would take them up against their mic stand and they'd rake their guitar across it thinking it looks cool. Well, they fuck up the frets, drives the strings in there, and they cut a slot in the fret in a couple places. Pull the fret and put a new one in there. I mean, if it comes down to it, I would do last case scenario. I would do that. That would be kind of extreme, but there's definitely ways to do it. My first recommendation would be what I would do first, though. Don't get too crazy with it. Wow, cool, man. Sonics. I would love to see that guitar, Steve. I mean, as much as I have to work, not have to, as much as I work on them and see them every day, I am always into looking at new guitars. And some of those, like a Sonics, that would be a neat guitar to see. I'm gonna try this backing track, see how this thing does with it. as in B. And these are elevated jam tracks. I think somebody asked me earlier where I get the tracks from. Steve, my email address is readily available on my home YouTube page. So if you go there, it'll say more or something, and then I think you just have to click request address or whatever and tell it you're not a robot. That would be really cool. I'd love to see that, man. This thing is gorgeous, and let me stop this track. I just had to play with it for a little bit. I played it this time. Holy crap! Oh, I forgot to turn the volume down. The pickup selector switch is a little bit wonky. I'm gonna probably have to change that out, which I do have new ones at the shop. Yeah, so my email address is really readily available on my YouTube channel, and that goes for anybody. If you want to reach out to me for anything, questions about your guitars, I do make a living doing it, so just keep that in mind. But my sister always says, I possess a commodity that I can make a living with, blah, blah, blah. But I'm always happy to help as best I can. And my live streams that I do on my channel are me sharing every trick of the trade you could possibly hope for. And there will be a video of this one getting cleaned up, set up, which it doesn't really need a setup. This thing is fucking perfect. It plays so nicely. So please do that, man. I would love to see it. And even if you send it to me right now, I could probably get it on the stream if you got a nice picture of it. Use lots of light. Purely cosmetic, yeah, I get it. Got back in 96. Oh God, dude. Yeah, that was a prime time. That's interesting that you'd say that, because I bought my Gibson SG in 1996 or 97. It's an 86 Gibson SG that's been broken numerous times, Data. It's shameful. But they're really fragile, so be careful. The headstocks, anyway, these things break like easy. What was I gonna say? I bought it in 1997. I think I paid $600 for it. It's an SG, and dude, it's still one of my #1 guitars. I love that thing. It's awesome. This one, I'm not going to tell you what we got it for. You guys would punch me in the face. I'm not kidding. The guy needed some money, and we made him an offer, and he took it. But again, the offer is always there that he can come in and pick it up and buy it back from us if he wants. I don't think this one's going to last very long at the shop. And if you are interested in this guitar, you can get a hold of me at my Grande Stereo and Music where I work. You can always call me there. SJ new in '84, never broke. Sunburst. Gibson SG, $400 in 19. Oh, in '84, yeah, that's about what they would be. God, dude, I would have a collection of SGs. I absolutely love those guitars. They're so light. This thing is a freaking tank. It's heavier than my 2010 Les Paul Standard, which is down at the shop. I'd show that to you, but I love this color. And you can see how dirty it is. You know, if you're going to sell a guitar, probably wise to clean it up before you take it to the guitar shop, Robbie. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow, you're lucky. And I did do, it's got the classic Les Paul Studios. They don't use the best gold plating on them. And I'm not a fan of gold hardware on guitars for this reason, because they pit out. But I did take a rag to the top edge. Let me see. You can kind of see. You really can't. Thing is so dirty right now but this portion of the pickup cleaned up really nicely. I don't know if I can show that very clearly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can see how much, and then the rest of this, all this guck on here. If I take this rag and really work it in, a lot of that will come off of there. So it's definitely pitted. Not all of it's going to come off, but this will look pretty nice when it's said and done. Obviously, the gold has been worn off of some of it. You know, these screws are always... But the one thing I love about this guitar, nobody has taken a screwdriver and fucked up these screws yet. It's astonishing that hasn't happened. So... little guitar love here, and I'm going to put this thing away just because it's not my guitar. I did get a chance. I wanted to bring it home and play it a little bit tonight and test out the electronics, and it was kind of interesting. I was thinking I was hearing a little bit of glitchy stuff, and I am. This thing definitely has a problem someplace. Yeah, I thought that something like that was going on. I'm not sure. Okay, that one's doing that. I just want to make sure it's not my... Oh, yeah, not the cable. I'm just making sure I'm not having some technical issue instead of an actual guitar problem. Yeah, that guitar has an electrical issue in it. We'll fix. Maybe I get solder tomorrow. Solder for you Canadian folks. All right. Let me play through one more backing track, and then I am gonna probably have to hang it up. So, I hit 2,000 subs tonight. Thank all of you for subbing up to my channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. I've made some changes to my channel recently that I think have helped maybe get some people geared towards my channel with respect to the way I worded some things, and maybe it's made YouTube a little more attracted to my channel, and I'm not sure. But yeah, Robbie, it could be ground. I don't know. I haven't opened it up yet. So in closing, let me switch back over to my regular guitar channel, and I don't know what this one is. I think this is an E. I hope. I don't know. Hopefully it's an E. And again, my guitar tone when I play live is not super high gain. Oh, it is. Look at that. Oops, let's fix this. A little bit too quiet. Here we go. I'm gonna switch patches here. I want to go to The Milkman's Kid. Hello, welcome. And Purple Blue Piece. Yeah. Oh, that was funner than hell. Holy smokes. That backing track was badass. I got to figure out which one that was. Wow, that was fun. It was E. Okay, give me one moment. I just got an email. Let me stop this. Holy crap, I just had a hell of a time. Give me a moment here. I'm going to find this photograph. Somebody just sent me a picture. I'm hoping I get it. Oh, there it is. Steve, thank you. Oh, dude, look at that. This is let me make sure this is okay. I'll use the one with the full photo in it. I think I can download it. Let me see. Well, let me just click on. Oh, I can't. I got to download it. There we go. I will share this photo of this beautiful guitar this young man has. And I call everybody young man just because it's I don't want an image. That is a 1980. Oh, what is that? Oh, crap. What's the model of that one again, Steve? Forgive me, man. Oh, good grief. I got to go back. Where are we? Oh, we'll just call it 1980 Gibson. There we go. That'll get me here. All right, so we're going to open this, I think. Yeah, my internet's giving me some trouble. Come on. Oh, there you are. Let me close that. Open this. Oh, come on. Really? My computer is not liking this. It's working really hard right now. Let me close this window. Let's sure that window is open somewhere. Open? Okay. Let me do this. Let's see, add image. And we're going to find an image. We're going to call it image Gibson. You guys got to check this guitar out. This is not a terribly common Gibson instrument. Really cool to see this. And I'm going to get a chance to really give it a good eye here. Where did that picture go? Good Lord, I got too many photos in here. Did I look in the wrong? I looked in the wrong goddamn photo. The wrong photo folder. Oh, I'm getting tired, I think. Where are you? Come here. Well, I called you Gibson. I saved you in my pictures. So you ought to be in alphabetical order. Well, holy crap. Where did you go? Did you break your guitar? Oh man, I tried. That's the best answer I can give you, man. Come on, where's this photograph? Why am I not seeing it here? For some reason, I'm not sure why I'm not seeing that. Oh, there you are. Good grief. Okay. Gibson, ping. Why can't I find this picture? Anyway, good grief. All right. Dude, the Milkman's Kid. What a cool name. Sonic's 180 standard. That's right. I just was improvising, man. That guitar was feeling good, and I was using a tone that I haven't used for a while. And I'm playing through a Tone Master Pro, and I'm playing a Fender Strat that I've modified to beat the band. That was fun. Why can't I find this photograph? I downloaded it. I'm sure that I did, and I know that I put it in pictures. And for some reason, I had the same trouble earlier I titled it Gibson. Where did you go? LP3 pickups. I must have saved it in probably in downloads. Duh. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, now I'll leave it right here. I don't know if I can make that thing bigger. Oh yeah, there it is. I don't want to cut any of it off though. Look at that thing. What a cool guitar. I did kind of cut part of it off. I didn't mean to do that to you, Steve. That's a cool guitar. I don't know if I can't photo edit it right here. Wow. What a cool axe. I call them axes a lot of times. There it is. Steve, beautiful guitar. Not a lot of people get to see that one. One kind of rare, really cool thing about that guitar is the pick guard on it is such a unique part of that instrument. Dude, that is really super cool. Yep. Sonics. Yeah, look at that logo on that thing. That's really cool. And the dots. I don't know. I just haven't seen very many of those. And I can honestly say, I don't think, I mean, all the tons of guitars that I've worked on, I don't think I've ever worked on one. I mean, they must be brutally tough because I've fixed, can't even tell you how many. Look at that thing. Isn't that sweet? Ask Alan's son how many guitars I've fixed. Gibson's had to fix headstocks. He knows firsthand. I hope that guitar is still getting played, man. It was cool to hang with your son, by the way, Alan, the other night. That was really, well, it's been a while back, but we got to visit for a little bit. Man, what a cool kid. Fred, I think, wants to say hi. You gonna say hi, buddy? You just want to scratch your face on my table. This is Fred, my number one fan, I think. He loves playing keyboards. Oh, yeah, you know. I think with this, I should probably get going. I need to have a snack. I want to thank everybody who hung out with me today. I'm not going to try and name everybody. There were so many folks here, and it really means a lot to me that tonight, he's noisy little fucker. Of all nights, I hit that 2,000 mark, my subscribers on my channel, and I'm really proud of that. And I'm really grateful for that. And I know, it's interesting to say that. And just the story, I'll keep it brief, but my YouTube channel is growing. It's always kind of grown. It's kept this constant growth going. And I know that I shoot a lot of people away because of my personality and taking stuff personally and getting into it and all this shit. And that's over. I won't apologize. I just won't let it happen again. About 50% of people that watch my channel are not subscribed. And it's astonishing that, I have that kind of a view and people watch. I mean, my videos get watched a lot and just so many people are watching them. So what I would encourage you to do is if you see something that you really enjoy, please subscribe. I'm making a better habit of doing that. It doesn't matter, and it really does help content viewer creators that spend their time doing this stuff. And yeah, I do make a little bit of money off of YouTube. It ain't much, but it beats a sharp stick in the eye, is what I like to say. Hip, Charlie. Yeah, how's that Takamine coming along? I'll answer that question, and I'm going to have to get going and eat something here, you guys. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. And so many others that were first timers here tonight. The Milkman's Kid, dude, thank you for coming on. Yeah, I play a lot when I'm on live, so ask me anything about it. Robbie, thanks for being here. John Doe, hell yeah, I like it. Robbie, it was great to see you tonight. And Justin, thank you for everything that you've done for me. Guys, go over to Jamprosound and subscribe. Don, thank you for being here. I'm not even going to try to say goodbye, but Charlie, hopefully that Takamine is in shape. Oh, it's done. Excellent. I love it, dude. This is so wonderful. All tuned up, banging on it now. You son of a gun. Yeah. Oh, it jammed with me. Oh, dude. Excellent. Alan Arnson is one hell of a guitar player, you guys. Don't let him tell you anything different. And he's a great video editing specialist, and he's a wonderful guy, a good dad, wonderful husband. And the dude, if you guys play any kind of trivia game, that guy right there knows everything about everything. It don't matter if it's a movie or an elephant taking a shit. He will tell you what color it is and the time of year. I ain't kidding. So thanks, you guys. Chris, Chris, just doing a live stream tonight to celebrate getting, no, I'm joking. Doing some jamming. And I'm sorry you got here late, Fred. Nobody wants to see your ass. My channel's all built around guitar repair and doing live streams, fixing guitars live in front of people, and I play guitar. If you can just back up a little bit, and I did a long jam session. You can hear me play and kind of get an idea of the kind of playing that I do. I'm a professional musician. I'm a professional guitar tech. I'm a professional guitar instructor. I'm a professional guitar salesman. And I'm a professional type 1 diabetic. I don't get paid for that, though. And I want to thank my sponsors, Marlboro, Camel, Winston. Thank you for your huge monetary donations to my channel. Yeah. Oh, and Trojan. You guys keep me in business. I love it. You guys are awesome. They barely fit, but I make them work. Okay, guys. Happy Wednesday. It's almost it's after 10. Holy smokes! I've been on. You got to get down, buddy. Okay, you guys have a wonderful Wednesday night. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be fixing up that bass on my channel. I'll be doing a guitar repair. Chris, thanks for dropping in, and be sure to hit the subscribe button or the like button if you like what you see. And if you don't like what you see, hit the don't like button, because all the interaction helps. It doesn't matter. I'm the best, man. Oh, Charlie sent me pictures. Okay, I will get those. And thank you, Steve, for sending that photo in of your guitar. That thing is gorgeous. Look at this thing. Yes, look at that. You aren't going to see many of those. That's a pretty rare guitar. Okay, Charlie, I'll check those as soon as I get done here. I got to have a snack. All right, you guys, I am finally going to get going here. And thank you for joining. If you just got here, I'm signing off. And I'm not sorry that you missed it, but you can rewind it and check it out. There's a lot of good content tonight. Get yourself a set of NuX. Thank you, NuX, for sending these to me for $180. And thank you, for MVive, for sending me this for $45. Very cool. All right. Peace, y'all. Have a wonderful night. Where's my mouse? Oh, shit. Good grief. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll end with that.